Well, first day back after a couple days off, just from things I needed to do in the morning session. So I was been trading the overnight sessions. Coming back into the morning session today, I really wanted to be patient and just kind of get used to seeing the morning price action again. Every time you're kind of off for a little bit, you know, the volatility and whatever can be a little bit aggressive sometimes. So I wanted to be patient and take it slow. Was still able to find a trade. Didn't see a whole lot of opportunity today, to be honest, but was able to still bag $2,000 across my 20 Apex accounts. Today's withdrawal day as well, which is super exciting. So I'll be taking out another 40K. This will be my second 40K this month. The last one was 10 days ago. So pumped on that. I'm trading 20 of the 50Ks, copy trading them on Sierra chart. If you're interested in doing that, you can get 80% off right now with code TBM, all caps. And let's go ahead and dive into the trade that I took today from today's morning live stream. Yo, good morning. Welcome to the stream. We're back. It's been a couple days, a good couple days, but it's been a while. We have several dad joke days to catch up on as well. And yeah, let's go and dive very quickly into news. We had 7:30 housing numbers come out, building permits. 10:30 we get 52-week auctions, I believe. Yep. And at noon, bonds. Overall pretty mellow session the rest of today. Tomorrow's FOMC with Powell, so we will have statements released at 1 o'clock tomorrow, as well as Powell's Q&A press conference at 1:30 tomorrow. That'll be a big one. Definitely want to keep an eye out on that. Thursday jobless claims come out. So yeah, the rest of the week is pretty loaded. Today is not so much loaded, so just something to you know, have in the back of your head there. Could be a choppy day, we'll see. Could be a choppy morning tomorrow, we'll see. Right. Closed on a new house yesterday. Very happy about that. Very excited. It's gonna be a couple months till we're there. Eventually we will be there, but it's nice to be done with that. That entire process is a little bit not the most fun thing ever, and it's done now, so pumped on it. And then today is my 20th day of trading my Apex account, which means it's day 10 of the payout cycle, which means after today's trade tonight, when the dashboard updates, I'll be submitting my payout request of another 40 grand. So I'm excited about that. Overall, solid couple days. So we'll see what today brings us. Name of the game: be smart, be patient. Base hits. Still gonna be doing that. Definitely gonna be patient because it has been 2 days since I've seen the market. I traded the overnight session the last 2 trading days. So I haven't seen the open in a couple days since Thursday. So just gonna be patient, kind of see what happens. It's about to open here in 10 seconds. But looks like a VWAP open. I don't know where value area is. We're below yesterday's value area low. Typically kind of heavy, but we'll see. Markets are open though. But yeah, I'm just gonna look for solid, very solid setups, hopefully, and go for some base hits and keep chipping away. Hey, did you hear about the circus fire? It was intense. What do you call a well-balanced horse? Stable. That's stupid. This one is stupid. This is very mid. Extremely mid. All right, 2 more. I know a lot of jokes about retired people, but none of them work. I like that one. Here comes VWAP. That one's pretty solid. I hate this one. Okay. And today's dad joke of the day: what time do ducks wake up? At the quack of dawn. I like the retirement one the best. I would like to see a break of the overnight lows with like a fat candle, similar to like how I talk about the VWAP breakthrough. So then we can come back and retest the overnight lows at 80 for like a short play. Could be an interesting idea. If we don't go down and test the lows, I don't know what I would want to see yet. But the main setup that I would like to see so far is probably the cleanest would be the 80s retrade off of the overnight lows, assuming you slapped pretty hard through it, so that it would leave like this untested wick, right? But everything else, meh so far. And definitely being patient. What else? One day to pass is still happening. One day to pass doesn't mean that you need to pass it in one day with Apex. It just means that as soon as you hit your profit target, you'll get the email that night. I'm assuming you haven't broken any rules, etc. You'll get the email that night of earning your funding. Everything is 80% off right now with code TBM, all caps, TBM, or you can go to tbm.gg/apex. Okay, so we're holding that 66 level that I was talking about. I think we held 68. I was talking about 66 and a half. We held 68 and a half. It's all the same. And we're pushing. So this is pretty interesting to me. 93 wick probably slaps a little bit off of it. But I'm more interested in like probably a point and control buy again, to be honest. If we got there, something like this, if we got there again, would be pretty interesting to me. But I think we probably just rip straight out of it. Now, why is it interesting? Is because kind of the structure, right? We had a lower high, but we just failed to make a lower low. So to me, if you're failing to make a lower low, if you're defending the lows pretty well, probably means you're going to push it at least a little bit. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, right? We obviously need to break 110, but overall it looks pretty decent right here. And then we get volume back, take that order off, make sure all the orders are canceled. They are. This feels very very rangy so far to me. Feels like a big range. And that is part of the benefit of waiting a little bit to, you know, start slinging contracts around, is to kind of figure out if you are in a range or not, right? And let the range kind of define itself. But right now we're very balanced as far as value goes. Point of control is pretty much just hanging out in the middle of the session for the most part. And every point of control flip that we've had has yielded a immediate bounce, which is pretty telling. So we'll see what the rest of the day brings. But I think we're in a good spot for the rest of the day. I'm gonna go and say that I feel like it's pretty good conditions for the rest of the day to be able to execute off of. But unfortunately, it just kind of takes time to let the conditions set up in order to, for me, let the conditions set up in order to figure out what I want versus don't want. Just clicking buttons to sling size on like a break of this trend line or whatever, I don't do that. I'm not interested in it. We're at the magical 20s and value area high. This is an interesting spot. Like I could probably get away with a little short at 25, 23, 20. Stop the prior highs at 70 or 27, excuse me. I just don't want to do that. Like, I don't like that play, so I'm not going to. But here's VWAP. We'll see if we push through. If we close above VWAP pretty hard, that will be very telling for the rips up. In my opinion, I think anytime that you have like a big candle just going straight through VWAP, it typically trends that way for a while. Kind of teeing up for it right now. But we'll see. I mean, and if we reject VWAP, it's also pretty telling. Now, if we go up here and we close at like 35.40, which would be like a pretty solid close through VWAP, in a minute and a half when we open, if we're closing like 35, 36, 35 to 40 or higher, retest of VWAP and 27 could be kind of interesting for a long into initial balance. We closed above. It wasn't a super strong close though, to be honest. Buyers still look pretty decent. I'm gonna put it out there and see if I get the fill off of the prior high. I don't know if I'm gonna get the fill. It's right around VWAP as well. Buyers are looking decent for the most part. I'm like 4 points off, 3 points off. I have to give it through 20 because the quick slap through VWAP, I think, is definitely on the table. I'm long. Hanging out at VWAP. Here comes 20. 20 and a half is kind of where value area high. Spot that I'm watching. Really, I should be looking for like probably a little bit higher. Probably this untested wick. Oh, I guess it already got tested. I'll look for 10 points here. I think initial balance high feels very much on the table, but I don't want to be too greedy. Look for a little bit more if we can get that wick through this little zone. 34. Do it on the 1 minute. Just making sure I'm in across the board, which I am. Couldn't do it yet. Give it one more shot here. I'm gonna go and just take this off. I'm gonna take it off for 5 points. We're having a hard time there. I think this probably does pop, but
$5 from Zachary Smith, looking to jump in. Rhythmic or Tridovate?
Appreciate the 5. I use Rhythmic. I took five points there. I don't know what the total drawdown was. I think P&L high was probably like 150, 7 points, 8 points, somewhere around there. And I took 127 and 122, 5 points. So base hit. I really wanted us to pop these wicks and go run 40 and higher, 50, honestly. But I'm going to take the base hit trade that was given to me and keep on keeping on. I don't hate the trade. Don't necessarily love the trade. I wanted it to happen faster.